So today's lesson is called Aligning the Body. Now, my first client that I had a day after I graduated from the Feldenkrais training, this was years ago, walked in and she had a hip that was hiked up, and so one leg was shorter than the other. Now, I knew what I wanted to give her. I had an idea of a lesson, but just to kill time and just gather my thoughts, as she was my first paying client after I graduated, I got her to do a standing body scan in which at the end I asked her to just visualise herself as a skeleton and to allow all the skin and all the organs and all the hoo-ha that we have to just slither off the body. Now, she was so good at this visualisation, her hip actually dropped back into place. I just think that's kind of magical. She screamed and I said, well, that's the end of your lesson, that's 5 minutes. But anyhow, she did stay for the hour and I gave her more to re-emphasise lengthening her waist so that her posture was actually more aligned. So today, this lesson is something that's very quick and you can do seated in a chair. And I'm just going to do one side. So sit down on a chair and have your knees in line with your hips and have your feet underneath, or your ankles underneath your knees. And just for a moment, get a sense of how you're sitting there. Notice perhaps any imbalances that you have. So you're all perhaps aware that you might be sitting on one buttock more than the other. And of course that misaligns the whole skeleton to some extent. So once you've actually just taken a moment to consider yourself, listen to yourself and feel how you are sitting, I'd like you to begin to just very slowly, very mindfully, just drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. And just do this a few times. I woke up with a stiff neck as a result of my cat sleeping on me, and just doing this lesson has already cured me. So just do this a few times and then pause and rest. And now you're going to shift your weight a little to the right buttock, so in fact you're lifting your left hip up. And if you saw my previous lesson, the half-assed lesson, this is similar, it's just a more polite version. So this time you're going to just shift your weight to your right buttock. You don't even have to lift your left buttock off the chair, but you're just releasing the pressure of it. And then just pause and rest. So now let's join both of those moves together. And so we're going to drop the left ear to the left shoulder as the left buttock just lifts slightly. And you can see that my spine now is taking the shape of a C curve. And then just rest. Now already this side of me feels completely different. The tension in the neck has gone, my shoulder feels better, and I can feel the weight definitely going through this left sit bone in a good way, so I feel much more balanced. So at this point you would do the other side. So that's the right ear to the right shoulder, and then you lift the right buttock up, and then you join those two movements together, blah blah blah. You know the drill. So I'm just going to continue with this side. So at this point, the previous move was we created a C curve with the spine. This time we're going to create an S curve with the spine, and it's slightly weird, but just bear with me. So again, we're going to drop the left ear to the left shoulder a few times. And then you can pause and rest. And then we're going to now lift the right buttock. So in fact, all my weight is going to shift to the left sit bone. So I'm just lifting the right buttock up. And then now we're going to join both those movements together. So the left ear goes to the left shoulder and the right buttock lifts up. So this is the S. I can hear all sorts of creaking and crunching going on. And then just pause. So I've actually completed one side and I feel much more balanced. It feels much more comfortable to sit, and the kind of neck has eased from Oreo, who sat on me for 2 hours while I was sleeping. So that's aligning the body. Thank you very much.